Welcome to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. It would appear that Abrams and his company Bad Reboot are in trouble with Warner Brothers Discovery and its CEO, David Zaslav, who is starting to take a hard look at everything that WarnerMedia was getting itself into prior to the merger with Discovery. And this includes the $250 million deal that J.J. Abrams signed with WarnerMedia back in 2019. And I actually have that article right here, which talks about that deal. Abrams and his wife and Bad Reboot co-CEO Katie McGrath inked a 5-year, all-encompassing overall deal with WarnerMedia. Now, you have to bear in mind that this was in September 2019. This was several months before Star Wars Episode 9 even premiered. So while he was supposed to be working on completing that film, which was just terrible, he was busy setting up this new deal with WarnerMedia. The agreement, which multiple sources said is worth more in line of $250 million, marked the first time that Abrams had both his film and TV deals under the same roof. The pact, which runs through 2024 and was described as exclusive, also included video games and digital content. Abrams was expected to create original feature films for WarnerMedia, and in particular for HBO and HBO Max as well. But did any of that happen? Because this even included several DC films as well. Well, come back to the new article. J.J. Abrams' Demimon, which is a big sci-fi series that he was supposed to be working on, the first show the prolific producer has written since Fringe in 2008, is on the bubble at HBO, as sources say Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav is frustrated by the lack of output from Bad Reboot's $250 million overall deal. What have they been doing with this money all this time? Sources tell The Hollywood Reporter that the budget for HBO's Demimon, which has been in the works since 2018, which is 4 years, is a source of contention as Abrams' Bad Reboot is eyeing a spend that's north of $200 million. By comparison, the budget for HBO's upcoming Game of Thrones prequel, House of Dragons, is less than $200 million. So Zaslav is very concerned about the amount of money that's being spent on anything that's going to HBO and HBO Max. So I think he is definitely taking a look at this because $250 million is a huge amount of money. And that was supposed to include a lot of other things, not just this show. A decision on whether the sci-fi drama Demimon will move forward is expected to come this week. The series cast Station 11 and Watchmen alum Daniel Deadwyler in April, and sources say studio Warner Brothers TV has reviewed 10 of the 8 scripts for the drama that landed at HBO with a straight-to-series order 2 weeks after being shopped to buyers. Bad Reboot's rich overall deal with Warner Brothers Discovery is currently not in jeopardy, though the lack of output has created a larger discussion about what the newly merged company expects to stem from the pact. Zaslav, sources say, was frustrated with the lack of delivery from the deal that was signed back in September 2019 after Abrams and Bad Reboot met with suitors, including Apple, as they shopped for a rich new pact. Yes, the only thing that Abrams was looking for at the time was money, and he didn't really care whether he was going to actually do anything. Abrams has multiple projects in the works under the company-wide deal, with Demimon joining an adult animated Batman series that reunites Abrams with his Felicity collaborator and friend Matt Reeves, who is behind the Batman feature film. Abrams and Bad Reboot are also working on originals, including HBO Max's Subject Change. Both of those dramas are based on original ideas from Abrams and have formal series orders. Abrams is directing the pilot for Demimon, which has already changed showrunners. Other projects include a U2 scripted series that the studio is producing for Netflix, Apple's Presumed Innocent, and crime drama Duster for HBO Max, as the production company Abrams runs with partner and wife Katie McGrath is also behind HBO Max's DC Comics-based Justice League Dark franchise, which features shows including Constantine and Madam X. Sources say the DC Comics properties have also come under the spotlight. Sources suggest there is some frustration within the halls of Warner Brothers Discovery that Abrams has laid claim to a number of DC characters but has yet to get anything on the air. Sources note Warner's has seen scripts for Constantine and the pilot of Madam X. What has he been doing? He has spread himself way too thin. This is what it really boils down to. J.J. Abrams is all over the place, and he is proving to be a hack. Meanwhile, the lack of delivery on content to HBO and HBO Max has created a pipeline issue for both the premium cable network and streamer, making it challenging to plan for budgets for things like marketing. There's currently no delivery plan for any of Bad Reboot's multiple projects for Warner Brothers Discovery platforms or for third-party buyers. Okay, that's really not good. There is no plan whatsoever. Abrams, it's worth noting, is working on a new Star Trek movie for a rival studio, Paramount Global, as the Warner's pact did not include exclusivity. See, this was a really bad deal from the get-go. Now that Abrams is busy working on Star Trek 4, what about all this other stuff that he's committed to? This is all just sitting there having nothing done. And Zaslav has every right to question what's going on with this deal. I mean, if it was me, I would just cancel it because this isn't worth it. To have waited this many years for content and basically gotten nothing for it, that's just really stupid. In a larger sense, Zaslav is putting all of the studio's overall deals under the microscope as he looks to trim $3 billion from the newly merged Warner Brothers Discovery. Other rich packs at the studio include Greg Berlanti's $400 million deal, of which Warner's has already seen scores of shows and movies debut on linear and streamed platforms. In other words, they got something from him, but nothing from J.J. Abrams. Bad Reboot, it's worth noting, has been rapidly expanding into divisions including gaming and podcasting. Reps for Warner Brothers Discovery and Bad Reboot declined comment. Well, naturally, of course, they're not going to say anything about this mess. So it's really funny to see J.J. Abrams just spread himself so thin. This Star Trek movie that he's working on, how much time is he really going to have on that if he's also working on Demimon and trying to deal with all these issues that are now forming because he hasn't produced anything for Warner Brothers Discovery, which he agreed to do back in 2019 while he was working on Star Wars 9, The Rise of Skywalker. He is just all over the place. This is just ridiculous. I don't see why everyone in Hollywood is so consumed with this man. Of course, WarnerMedia signed this deal with him before Episode 9 came out, and which was before everyone got the opportunity to see what a terrible piece of crap film it truly is. So I think that should be something else that all of these companies, especially Warner Brothers Discovery, should take into consideration. I mean, if he's spreading himself too thin and he's producing garbage films in the meantime, why do you want to spend another $250 million for something that you're not getting? You're just getting nothing. It's just not worth it. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.